Hi everyone, this is homework 1D, in which we will be doing everything we did in C, homework part C, however, in Excel. So the first thing we should do is we should designate our variables. So as I've been practicing in this workbook, A dot is already taken, so we're going to have A dot dot, B dot dot, and C dot dot. And our guesses for those will be 5, 2000, and 10. So now we'll give these names. Yes, yes, and yes. So now let's create our model, in which the model will equal 10 to the power of A dot dot minus B dot dot divided by T dot plus C dot dot. And the issue is oh yeah. So instead of T dot dot, we should just put A2. And actually, let me change it. I think I keep getting what we used in the video, or no, what we used for C. I think I keep getting them mixed up, and I think this number seems more familiar. So here we have our model, and let's start with we're going to need sum squared error. And to create our error, we EQ. we will have our that would be that minus that squared. That way it can't be negative. Let me see, would it change? And then this would just equal the sum of column D. Okay. There we go, we have our first equation. And now let's solve for the roots. So this was something I didn't know existed until we did it in the video. It's interesting. So we use the solver, and our objective is SSE, okay, so that's good. We want to find the min, as we're going to minimize it or look for the roots. And the variable cells are A, B, and C, so it would be I5 through 7. And B has a chance of being negative. So let's unclick that so it doesn't screw everything up. We solve that and it says, oh look, constraints are satisfied, it's all worked out, and boom, we get our roots. And that looks great. However, these are really big numbers. So what we want to do is take a log of everything. So we're going to call this log SSEQ. And let's do log SSE, right? So what this is going to be is the log of B2 minus the log of C2, and I have to square everything again. Make sure there's no negatives. There we go. So this will equal the sum of this entire thing. And that's a pretty good looking number, if I do say so myself. So let's do our thing and solidify. So our objective, again, we're going to change that to be here. And my hands are so cold. Our variables are still the same. 5 to 7. That's good. Okay, and remember, this looks familiar too. So it all works out in the end for our nonlinear regression. Now that we've finished our nonlinear regression, let's get on to our linear regression methods. So if you remember correctly, we want a negative pressure negative log pressure. Sorry. And so, again, you would do exactly how it sounds. You would just do negative log, and it would just do B2. And then, I never knew you could double click this and it would fill it all out, and that's just like a lifesaver. I would always just drag it for thousands of tiles and it would make me insane. And now we have T times log P for our other side of the equation. And so that's going to be, we're just going to put C2 times, no, because we want positive log. So we're just going to do C2 times log of B2. And let's fill that out. And now that we have everything we need, we can solve for our variables, I believe. So let's go to solver, or not solver, data analysis, and we're going to do regression. So our y input range would be E, and then our x input range would be 2, because remember we have 2 different terms, and so we would use this. And it wants to put it on a new workbook sheet. However, I think I'm going to allow that and then just copy and paste it back over to our slide. That way it'll be easier. I just want to make sure. Okay. We do not want the constant as 0. That would be bad. Residuals. Okay, that should be good. Input range. I know what it did. It has E to E when it should just do. Let's just get rid of all of that real quick and just go like that. So let's try that and see what happens. Okay, so it took us and put it into another side. So we're going to Control X and bring that son of a gun back home over here. What you can see here is we have the variables it gives us is A, C, and D. And this looks like a C, this looks like an A, and I believe this is D. And then from there, you can calculate B, which I believe B equals A times C minus B, or not B, minus D. And so that would be that is H21 times C, it's just times H22 minus H20. That's, oh my gosh, I am silly. I put that, should be, change that to I. And wow, that looks like what we would remember for B. Especially, let's just say we go back to our nonlinear equation, or sorry, over here. B is very similar. And so that is homework 1, part D done.